Section 1. A shock in the desert. The CyberTruck blast. Was it an act of terror? A political statement? A cry for help that went horribly wrong? On New Year's Day 2025, a Tesla Cybertruck exploded outside the Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas. The blast sent a shockwave through the city. It also sent a shockwave across the nation. The questions began almost immediately. Who did this, and why would they do it? A Cybertruck parked at a towering gold hotel exploded. The loud boom shattered windows and sent debris flying as people ran for cover. Emergency responders descended on the scene, quickly securing the area. Officials confirmed injuries, but no mass casualties, bringing a small measure of relief. The combination of a futuristic vehicle and a high-profile target guaranteed intense media scrutiny. In the chaos after the blast, investigators focused on establishing the facts. On December 31st, 2025, an explosive inside a Tesla Cybertruck detonated at the Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas. Police quickly identified a person of interest, Matthew Livelsberger, an active-duty member of the U.S. Army. A joint force of local and federal agencies, including the FBI and ATF, began sifting through the wreckage, looking for any remnant of the device. Authorities found writings from the suspect, some calling it a manifesto. In it, he claimed to expose alleged war crimes and threats to national security, calling the explosion a wake-up call. This suggested a deliberate act. While initial reports linked the blast to an attack in New Orleans, federal officials stated there was no connection, allowing them to focus solely on the suspect. He was not an unknown extremist from the fringes of society. He was a U.S. Army Green Beret, member of Special Forces, elite and highly trained. These are soldiers known for their discipline, their courage, and their dedication to protecting the country. The idea that one of them could be responsible for a domestic bombing was deeply unsettling. His military background immediately raised serious questions for investigators. A Green Beret receives extensive training in unconventional warfare, including training that covers the use of explosives. That expertise could make constructing or deploying a device easier. Investigators began to examine Livelsberger's service record. They looked for signs of trouble, disciplinary actions, reports of extremist views. Had he shown any warning signs? Did his commanders miss something? The military itself became central to the search for answers about the suspect. Details about his personal life remained scarce in the early days. Neighbors and acquaintances were interviewed by reporters and law enforcement. They were trying to build a complete picture of the man. Was he a loner? Did he express strong political opinions? Did he seem angry or paranoid? These personal details are crucial in understanding motive. They might explain how someone goes from serving to allegedly attacking. Every small piece of information, social media activity, recent purchases, became a public clue. A soldier's involvement changed the official response. The Department of Defense became an active partner. Military Police Army Criminal Investigation Division investigators, FBI local police collaboration was needed to access military records, interview fellow soldiers, understand his service context. The case was no longer just a local crime. It became a matter of national security, touching the integrity of the armed forces and the trust we place in those who serve. The writings left behind by the suspect became the focal point of the investigation. The writings left behind by the suspect became the focal point of the investigation. In these documents, Matthew Livelsberger laid out his reasons for his alleged actions. He did not see the explosion as an act of destruction. He called it a wake-up call, and he claimed he was trying to alert the American public to grave dangers. The manifesto was filled with accusations against powerful figures. The suspect, former Green Beret Matthew Livelsberger, left writings claiming war crimes and covert foreign operations on U.S. soil. He alleged the use of advanced drones and AI by hostile powers, all covered up by officials. But when the government classified portions of the manifesto, citing national security, it only deepened the mystery, fueling a firestorm of debate and countless theories online. This debate over secrecy versus openness continues to be a central theme in the story of the Las Vegas explosion. The suspect's claims about advanced technology forced investigators to explore some very modern angles. Livelsberger's manifesto mentioned a manifesto page foreign drones artificial intelligence. These were not typical claims for a bombing case. Experts were brought in to consult cybersecurity experts, military tech experts. They were asked to evaluate the plausibility of these allegations. Can AI be used to help plan an attack? Are there foreign drones operating secretly in the US? The questions felt pulled from a spy novel. Officials have been very cautious in public statements on this part of the probe. They say there is no clear public evidence supporting these claims. No public evidence for AI being involved. No public evidence for foreign drone tech being involved. The investigation is still ongoing. Teams are analyzing evidence, digital devices, online communications, technical data. They're looking for proof Livelsberger was communicating with foreign entities. They're looking for proof he used sophisticated software. Until they find that proof, the high-tech claims remain unverified. His own writings. Traditional police work continues. Investigators are tracing his movements in days and weeks before the explosion. They have reviewed travel history, financial records, phone logs. Who did he talk to? Where did he go? Did he meet with anyone? This work aims to answer one question. Did he act alone? Evidence of co-conspirators would change the case. Evidence of a wider network would change the case. Federal, state, and local agencies are working together. Federal agencies, state agencies, local agencies. The FBI is leading the overall investigation. The ATF is tracing the origin of the bomb components. The Department of Defense is analyzing his military background and classified manifesto pages. This multi-agency effort is standard for a case of this magnitude. It ensures all resources and expertise are used to find the truth. It also means final conclusions will take a very long time to reach. In the age of social media, misinformation can spread as fast as a real fire. Shortly after the CyberTruck explosion, theories began to fly. One prominent theory linked it to a separate violent incident in New Orleans. Graphic, U.S. map highlighting Las Vegas and New Orleans with a red X between them. Some online accounts pushed the link. Even a few news outlets repeated it. That speculation can create widespread panic. It can distract investigators. It can divert resources. Federal authorities moved quickly to stop the rumor from spreading. The FBI issued a clear, direct statement. After reviewing initial evidence from both scenes, they announced no credible link. That clarification was crucial. It helped calm fears of a multi-city assault. It reminded the public to be cautious about what they see online. Official sources are the most reliable in a fast-moving crisis. Debunking the connection let investigators refocus on the Las Vegas facts. With outside connections ruled out for now, motive is the central puzzle. Why did Matthew Livelsberger allegedly do this? His manifesto points to a mix of possible reasons. He wrote about war crimes. He wrote about politics. He wrote about foreign influence. He targeted a hotel named after a former president, a political symbol. The motive may not be a single thing. It could be a complex blend of personal anger, political ideology, possible mental health struggles. Proving motive is one of the hardest jobs for prosecutors. A manifesto is a starting point, not definitive proof of state of mind. Investigators must build a case from many forms of evidence. That includes witness testimony, psychological evaluations, the suspect's own history. Was he driven by a coherent, if extreme, belief system, or by trauma or paranoia that distorted reality? The answer will be critical for the legal case and our understanding of this tragic event. Today is March 12th, 2026. More than 2 months have passed since the explosion. While we know more now than we did on that chaotic New Year's Eve, many critical questions remain unanswered. The public residents of Las Vegas are still waiting for a full accounting of what happened and why it was allowed to happen. The investigation is far from over. The biggest questions dig into the suspect's action secrets he claims to have uncovered. These are gaps officials are working to fill. Did Matthew Livelsberger act completely alone? Or did he have help? Investigators are examining his communications. Investigators are examining his financial records looking for a co-conspirator or support network. How did he obtain the materials? How did he get the expertise to build the bomb? Did he use his special forces training? Did he acquire materials illegally? Understanding the methods is key to prevention. Were there failures in military systems? Failures in civilian systems that allowed this to occur? The classified manifesto mystery continues to fuel debate. What is the government hiding, and why? The Department of Defense says secrecy protects national security, but without transparency, public trust can erode. Will classified sections ever be released? Was there truth to claims about war crimes, drones, AI? Official silence feeds speculation and conspiracy. Finally, what does this incident mean for the country? It highlights threats from within, including from trusted positions. It raises questions about the toll years of war have taken on soldiers. It forces a conversation about protecting secrets, informing the public. Officials' message: caution and patience. Listen to the facts. Avoid rumor. Let investigators do their work. This case is a story of a soldier, a bomb, a manifesto. But many chapters remain unwritten.